Hello! I decided to do something a little bit different today. I actually beat Second Sky, and I decided to check out something that's kind of been interesting me for a while, which is a player-made hold. That's a kind of, its own separate map. Called Advanced Concepts, and it's kind of a tutorial almost for the more advanced element interactions, and I figured this would be something that would be good to kind of put up, since this is kind of about analyzing the complex interactions that arise from puzzles. So I'm gonna make this like a playlist so you can kind of go through all of these. So I'm gonna start fresh, and I'll go through one of the levels in this video. I don't get it. I've been through all the tutorials and I just can't understand how all these pieces work together. Beethro was beside himself without a clone potion, frustrated and ready to smash, well, just about anything. Fortunately, he had one chance left. He had heard tales of a group of architects who banded together to explore some of the less understood aspects of the Eighth, offering the results of their explorations up in an attractive and educational format. It took some doing, but Beethro finally made it to the Architects Complex, and after resolving the minor detail of some payment, he was ushered into the hallway of Advanced Concepts. So basically, there isn't really a plot. It's just kind of a silly thing. Credits below. Since I am kind of, going through this, I ought to show proper credit. And I should note, if you own a copy of DROD, and I don't know like which version or if it's compatible with any of the DROD games, but this is Second Sky. But if you have a copy of DROD, and this is a freehold, so you can follow along at home if you do in fact own the game. So once this message goes away, I figure we'll kind of bump the signpost here. That'll start us off with the level on simple sword tricks. And I did go partway through this hole already, and I decided I should get this on camera. So some of this will be my solving this live, and a few of these I'll have gone through already. Anyway, there's more to a really big sword than just smiting. There's slashing, stabbing, rending, and a few clever manipulations available to those who understand vertical preference. Welcome to the Simple Sword Tricks Annex. This is back to the hub level. Welcome to Simple Sword Tricks. In this level you will learn about vertical preference and how your sword can be used in combination with VP. Vertical preference. Roaches and most other monsters will go diagonally towards you, but when that way is blocked and a monster can choose between going vertically or horizontally, it'll always choose to go vertically. Hit the orb and watch how the monsters move. So let's watch close. Now I want to make sure that I'm not like standing there making the orb sound, but I do want to. I'll move out of the way and you can kind of watch this one step at a time. So you can see, just as described, when the roaches hit the corner, they go vertically. There are many things that can make monsters move using vertical preference. You can see some examples in this room. So there's a whole ton of random elements. One that you might see here is a tunnel. Monsters can't actually step into tunnels unless they're about to kill you. I I don't know why that is, but it's just kind of one of the random rules. Can you predict which exit the roaches will take? Select the correct orb, then step on the pressure plate to check your prediction. So, if we kind of look at where the roaches start, when we let them out, they're going to go like this, all the way up to this one. So I'm going to guess, would I put my cursor right here? Yes. This is where they're going to go. And we watch them. And there it goes. In an orthogonal field, monsters can never walk diagonally. Vertical preference means that roaches will always go vertically, if possible, in an orthogonal field. Remember, roaches will always try to move up and down in an orthogonal field. Can you lead the top roach around in order to kill the bottom roach? So remember that in an orthogonal field, basically, vertical moves are restricted. So, if we let this roach out, we can see that we can essentially make it stop in the horizontal direction by going up and down. And all these buttons kind of control what doors are lowered here. And so there's a little bit of a trick here where these ones are out of order. So you can actually, you want to take this route instead. So there's a little bit of puzzling in here. But mostly it's just kind of a basic tutorial. So let's go ahead and guide our roach through. Like that, and like that. I like having this much control over a roach, but you don't get to do that very often. And let it through, and go up here, down here, and then there we go. Let's see. Trivia. Thanks to Larry Merck for his help on this room. And we're passing a blue door. I haven't been through there yet, so I don't know what's on the other side. Sword VP. Even if there are no walls or objects around to help you, you can make a monster go vertically using your sword. If you put your sword between you and the monster and move vertically, the monster will move vertically too. So this is a rule that you'll generally pick up just because it's pretty useful. Use your sword to lead the monster to the pressure plate. Do you understand why the monster moves up instead of left? So you can kind of, as long as you're horizontal to the monster, you can kind of lead it up and down like this. And as discussed, the reason is because the monster treats your sword as a solid obstacle. So when I move up, the mud baby will attempt to move diagonally and it can't, so it'll prefer vertical direction. It's a little bit more subtle than just bumping against corners. Lead the monster to touch all the pressure plates. Do you understand what is happening in this room? And this sword trick even works in multiple monsters. Reason: after the first monster moves vertically, it occupies the space where the second monster wants to go. Because of VP, the second monster will choose to move vertically as well. And this is, I think, is not always entirely reliable based on the ordering of the monsters. But you can see that they are nicely ordered, and so they actually move up and down in a very neat line. So you can stab them. Let's see. Have you understood the VP rule and the sword VP rule? You'll need these rules to solve this room. What does this one say? Because this is a VP trick, you can sometimes replace your sword by other things as well. For example, you can use a wall instead of a sword. So we lead these ones along. Right here, gotta turn around. I like the interesting kind of design of these puzzles where it kind of guides you along with these kind of simple but kind of, you know, fun little exercises. So this is where you can get a little bit stuck because you got guys on both sides. So what you want to do is step in here, and this is where vertical preference comes in again, because if I step down and to the left, you'll see, you can watch that again, this guy, which is, let me check the numbering here, 1, yeah, so this guy decided to go down, because again, he's bumping against a corner, and that gives me just enough time to turn my sword, get him. Alright, this is about where I left off. So let's go ahead and see. Blocking with swords. It is possible to prevent monsters from walking on certain squares by blocking them with your sword. And I should also be keeping an eye out for secret rooms, because I haven't been through this area before and there might be a few. Let's see. Can you use your sword to lead the roach to the pressure plate? It's fairly simple. One thing is that your first instinct might be to do this, and you'll see that'll cause problems, and remember that this is because of vertical preference. If I go right, the roach will have to choose between horizontal and vertical, and it'll go vertically. So let's try that again. Since the preference is to our disadvantage, we want the roach to not get to choose. So what we can do is stand like this, and when I step to the right, the roach will be blocked by my sword, and then it'll just have a continuous line of a wall, and I won't have to take my sword away as it moves in. And then we can go ahead and kill it off. Is this a hot tile? No, it's just a floor mosaic that looks kind of like a hot tile. I don't think I've talked about hot tiles much. Just as a quick note, basically hot tiles, if any element, if any creature stands on it for more than one turn, they get burned up. So these are often kind of used as completion locks, since the roach has to walk into the tile and die in order for you to complete the room. And one thing that does enter into it is if you step from one hot tile to a second hot tile, you don't get burned, so it's only if you stand still on a hot tile. But it's fairly tangential to the puzzles we're looking at right now. Blocking with swords, 2 out of 3. It is possible to prevent monsters from walking on certain squares by blocking them with your sword. I think it said that before. So can you use your sword to lead the roach to the pressure plate? So these are orthogonal, which means that the roach can't go diagonal. Let me think about that. Yeah, that causes problems. So if we are doing this, I think, yes, because if I take a step to the right, then my sword will be here when the roach tries to move. So its vertical movement is blocked, and its diagonal movement is blocked since it's an ortho tile. And so it'll be forced to go horizontally. So these are the kind of little unintuitive tricks that this hold was made to teach. So there you go. Let's see what we got here. What if I feel like I missed a scroll? There's only 2 in this room. I'm sure that now that you're seeing me kind of solve puzzles live, you'll see how bad I really am at this. So, here's a puzzle to show off what you've learned in the previous rooms. Can you lead a roach to touch all 8 inner pressure plates? Let's see now. Sure I can. It's easy, just like this. So those are bad to press. Okay. I thought that seemed kind of weird. Wait a second. I can't. Let's see, did I do something wrong? Let me think. Oh, I got this. It's a little bit tricky because this one here can be passed by vertical preference, and these two can be passed because of the ortho tiles. So this one you need to make sure to use the trick in the first room, and to do that the roach has to be. I have to be a little bit ahead of the roach. And we got this. And stab. And I need to make sure not to accidentally lock myself in. There we go. And go back and poke around in the eastward direction. Wonder what this arrow pattern is here for. Well, probably not important. Wait, did I? Oh yeah. See, I missed. Well, I don't want to waste too much time, so I'll get it on my way back. Let's see, as you know by now, when a monster is east or west of you, it is possible to leave that monster with your sword, but if the monster is north or south of you, the monster will end up walking next to you because of your sword. This time your sword won't help you much, but can you still complete this room? Let's see. So if we do this... yeah, there we go. This trick also works on multiple monsters, but only if you leave the monsters to be on the same horizontal line first. Note, this trick only works if the movement order is set up correctly. This challenge features 3 monsters. Do you still remember how to get a monster onto a pressure plate? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Trivia. When I finished making this room, I had no idea whether this room was any use at all. I had no idea what I was teaching here. Then I made the next room. Huh, okay. I think I'm kind of locked in. A little bit. Let's try that again. And hey, there we go. I did want to see what was on the scroll. Having multiple monsters walking next to you is usually not a good idea, but becomes very interesting in combination with other rules. This room looks impossible, right? We'll use what you have learned today to finish this room. Good luck. Okay, that was a bad move, obviously. So, go here. And... So I need to press all 3 of these. What's this one do? Okay, let me see if I can figure this one out. Obviously, after having solved the whole of Second Sky, I ought to be able to beat a tutorial hold, probably. But that gets this one guy here stuck. So that's a little bit... Should I... Let's see. That gets the same result. Oh, wait, did I? I don't think I actually did anything different. Hold on. think. See? I got this. I am a professional. This is a little bit tricky. Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Let's see. I have no idea if this actually is providing entertainment or not. Maybe I should kinda go and... This seems like a terrible way to know. Okay. If we do something like this, and then we have something like that. Okay, so we got one of them in. And now what do I want to do next? Because if I go through here, I'm going to get a little bit stuck. I don't like getting stuck, because it's bad. Let me think. So we could do this. And aha! I gotcha. And this guy is permanently stuck in there because you can't go in any of these directions. So it's kind of weird that you can sidestep out of this, but not this. It's a little bit funny that diagonals kind of behave differently from orthogonals. I'm sure there's kind of mathematical reasons for that. Mostly boiling down to the fact that when you step on diagonally to a square, you are stepping a longer distance. Although the nature of the game kind of obscures that fact a little bit. We're going to check out a scroll I forgot. Let's see. Well done, you found the difference between the two previous rooms. It took me a lot of effort to make these rooms similar. I hope you liked this puzzle. Yep, I'm real smart like that. Sometimes. Did I get all of the, yeah, it dropped. Okay, so now we want to see, what's behind that other door, right? We can kind of fast travel through these tunnels here. What's over here? They didn't think I would forget, huh? It's a secret room. Sister green doors. Unlike regular green doors, sister green doors will close when the room is completed. Is that what they're called? No, but that's what they're calling it, I guess. It is possible to go through sister green doors, but only before the room is completed. If you kill the roach too early, you won't be able to leave the room. Can you lead the roach to the sister green door before killing it? I guess that's kind of what I referred to in a previous video as an airlock. Which I don't know, I kind of like that better than the sister. It seems a little bit silly. No, couldn't I just cheat and go through here? I guess that's not the point. See, if there's more than one monster in the room, then the last monster should be killed after you've passed through the sister green doors. Which would seem quite evident, I think. I'm honestly not sure how much I will personally learn, because I've already done a lot of, you know, advanced stuff, but I'm sure that I'll pick up something along the way. Let's see, can you hit all the orbs before completing the room? I don't know, can I? Well, then what we're gonna do is I guess that's kind of the setup here. Then is I have to find a way to do this while being chased by a roach. I did it wrong. Probably. Let's see. I can kind of do this, but then I'm a little bit stuck on this one. Let's see here. Can I use this thing to do anything tricky? That was a bad move probably. Let's think. So I have to press this one to turn these on. And then the roach comes out. Tricky. Let me think. Maybe I think that there's a trick here. Maybe. It's always good to experiment in any case. Oh no. Almost. So no. We really do have to play by the rules here. So okay, so we have to put some distance between myself and the roach. How can we do that? Let me think. So if we hit this over while we're facing to the right, to the east, I guess, we can do that. But then we kind of have a problem. Wait a second, hold on. Well, I have to enter from this side or else, because there's a door blocking my way. I feel like there's something tricky going on about the trapdoors, because that's kind of the only interesting part of this, is that it's kind of got this indentation with a trapdoor, but I'm not sure if I can really do much with that. Is there some way I could kind of get it to stick in there, or I don't know. Hold on. I can kind of do that, can't I? Obviously, we're dealing with tricks I should already be well aware of, including remembering to face my sword in the right direction. So we can see how much of this I have absorbed in my journeys. Let's see, still need to keep 2 spaces away. So let's give this another shot. There we go. Now we have to... Okay. Now we gotta go in a big circle, so cue the Benny Hill music. And there you go. What's this scroll say? I'm gonna try not to forget this one. Trivia. The look of this room is based on a room in my other hold, City of Queens. Well, maybe I'll check that one out. There you go. Free advertising for whoever made this hold. Let's see. Sister green doors can be combined with other simple tricks to create interesting puzzles. Try to use the tricks you've learned in this hold to complete this room. Good luck. Let's see. So we gotta press down both of these and then get a roach in here somewhere. So think that could be simple enough. And no, I'm stuck. That's not it. Let's see. Then we can kind of. Let's see. Roaches are always fun when you're not allowed to kill them. Maybe we could kind of. Aha, yes. And then we can pop through here. There you go. This room was created in 3 days, just after Jacob told me about this trick. He said it's a classic trick, but I've never seen it before. I think I have, but that might be relatively recent. I don't know if this was created before or after Second Sky, because Second Sky came out only a few months ago, I think. So I think we're just about done here. And I'm sure I'll end up missing secret rooms throughout, you know? So, I'm kind of on the fence now about whether I want to, let's see, Beethro, armed with his newfound understanding of vertical preference and clever sword manipulation, emerged from the simple sword tricks annex, prepared to do battle with the fearsome roach that had taunted him when he first ventured into this room. I'm kind of on the fence about whether I want to kind of go ahead off camera, or if I should just like commit myself to pretty much recording every single thing do I want to? Hold on. Is that something I want to do? What is this? Sometimes I can kind of not pay attention to what the doors actually do, and then I get myself shut in. But I do think I actually want to. Oh, there you go. That's kind of clever. And there you go. So that was simple sword tricks. And so hopefully you have learned something today about the behavior of your sword and roaches interacting with it. So hopefully it won't be too long before we see another area of advanced concepts